The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
Up, Octonation. Wow, what a crazy day. There's just LOI after LOI this morning. I couldn't even keep up. I was always felt like I was behind. I still feel like I'm behind for the day, but we got a lot to cover, so I'm jumping right in. News, let's start off. FTAC ticker announced LOI with PAYA. I think we talked about them yesterday, maybe last week, can't even remember. So I think PAYA is a great company. What happened though? So nothing really. In fact, the warrants on this pretty much started dumping right away. How a lot of people used to play SPACs is when they got close to a merger or, fake news would come out or real rumors would come out, either way you want to look at it, the thing would just spike like almost parabolically and get decently high. And then what would happen, the actual news would come out and you sell on the news. So you buy the rumor, you sell the news, okay? But kind of what's happened in the past couple of weeks is the rumors come out, stuff still has been sitting and doing nothing. But then, like today, then the news finally comes out and then people dump. You're like, wait a minute, it never like went up. You forgot to let it go up before you let it go down, So I was in this one, just waiting and waiting and waiting. And I was just like, looking up more stuff and it didn't move. So what happened? I ended up selling it. PAYA is a great company. You probably got a long-term good play on there if you're in it. You're probably still going to be fine eventually. You might even be fine tomorrow or after hours once people hear about it. Because, again, we're so fast on getting this news that it can take people weeks in the regular stock market, the non-SPAC side, to finally hear about it, until they get home from work and maybe tonight they're going to read on Seeking Alpha or whatever that, oh, PAYA, let me look that up. Who is that? And they're like, yeah, give me 1,000, 10,000 shares, I'll take it, So who knows? It could still run, but man, in this market and the way the SPACs are going, I'm just going to be flipping like this. I don't even care. I'm going to be in and out and in and out. Now, the good thing is that like the commons, and I'm mostly buying commons now because of the market, they kind of just stayed the same. It was like, I think I had bought in at like 1050-ish and they went down to like 1037 and they just sat. I was like, hello, what's going on? Whatever. Previously, even like 3 weeks or a month ago, I might have just like, maybe sold 75% of my shares, let 25% ride or whatever, but forget it. I'm just going to straight be pulling the trigger right now, okay? CFFA. This is the one that we've been talking about that was possibly going to merge with Sophie. Well, that didn't happen, all right? They ended up merging with somebody called GCM Grosvenor. That is a cool name, huh? Grosvenor? Am I even saying it right? We know. So, what is that company? They are kind of like an investment firm based out of Chicago. They move money, they take people's money and they invest it, and they're big money makers, big money players. But is there any sex appeal? Maybe, kind of, but I don't know, not enough to move it right away. And so this is actually a good company. I busted out, was reading all their P&Ls, and everything looks good. They're on track. They actually had a nice build out PDF made, just for this announcement, and everything is gravy, but it wasn't Sophie. It wasn't cool, okay? And so I ended up selling on that one. Kind of the same thing with FTCA. I was like, hello, anybody in there? Am I the only one that read this? Nothing was going. I just sold out, whatever. I'm out. I'm moving my money somewhere else, okay? It is what it is. This is another one that, is perfectly fine, a great company. They've got tons of profit and all that. So you're probably going to be fine eventually. If not now, if you bought in right, like we teach, right? Did you buy in right? If you're lost some money today on warrants, maybe start thinking about what I was been saying, past about week or whatever, that, let's just switch over to commons because they're just so much safer if you get them like, around 1050-ish. Because again, like today, stuff, the past week, when stuff was just crazy getting red, I was still sitting fine. In fact, I was still sitting on profit on a ton of stuff, okay? So maybe just switch to that if you got hit pretty hard today with warrants, And it sucks. There's nothing like getting punched in the stomach, okay? But, we can just take it and learn from it, or, we can just hold them. Like I said, even tomorrow, these two might pop. I don't know. maybe in a month, maybe in 6 months. But regardless, I think they're two rock solid companies. So I think you're going to be fine. Whenever they're going to end up going up, they will eventually. So decide what you're going to do on that. The other big, okay, so we talked about NIO, right? NIO's the one of the Japanese Tesla, who I think are actually doing a ripping job. All right, they actually posted some sales figures today, and they delivered 3,533 vehicles in July 2020, which kind of blew me away. I was like, really? I was thinking maybe like 500 or 700, but 3,533 vehicles in July. I didn't realize, these guys are big, man. Increasing by 322.1% year over year. That's so awesome. Those are the type of gains we like seeing, okay? So that's what makes me think, this stock ticker could very well hit 322% year over year. Maybe next year will be 322% profit. I'd be happy with that, okay? Did y'all buy in from yesterday's video or the Fridays we talked about it too? Let me know. So they delivered 17,702 vehicles in 2020 in total. That is crazy to me. Increasing by 111% year over year. Cumulative deliveries of ES8 and ES6 reached 49,615. It's amazing. So, a pioneer in Chinese premium smart electric vehicle market today provided its July 2020 delivery results. They delivered the said vehicles we already talked about. On the 24th, NIO announced a pre-subsidiary price of EC6 starting at RMB $368,000 RMB. I don't know the conversion of that. I should have done that. But anyways, they've got a 5-seater premium smart electric vehicle coupe. So that's cool. To have a 5-seater out there, the range of that, I don't want to get into this too much. In July, we are pleased to have achieved the second highest monthly delivery results despite the impact on productions due to the 5-day suspension of manufacturing to prepare for EC6 productions and other flood-related supply chain challenges. It's well put. And more proudly, we have achieved a record high monthly order growth attributed to stronger demand for the ES8 and the ES6 together with the increasing EC6 orders. Thanks to the continuous support of our users, we believe we will be able to increase our production capacity significantly to support higher deliveries in the third quarter of 2020. So they're going up, man. That's awesome. Stephen Feng, the chief financial officer of NIO, added, NIO now offers 3 competitive high-performance smart electric SUV models to meet the diversified needs of users in the premium sector of the auto industry in China. We are very confident in our models complementary to each other and will aggressively gain larger market share from both ICE and electric vehicle market. So this is a company that Mr. Fisker might need to give a call to and say, hey, you guys can whip these suckers out. Let me get that battery. Can you give me a chassis? How about an interior? How about you got the disco mode? How about the karaoke mode? Can you add that? And they're like, we got that. We even got lights. Drop down disco ball. I'm sure they got it. We'll find out. They've got earnings coming out August 11th, so that's right around the corner, 8 days away. So watch that. People like to get volatile around earnings. Okay, it's probably gonna keep peaking out, and then maybe a couple, 2-3 days before, people are gonna start trying to sell off. And then once earnings happen, and they're probably gonna be positive, it'll probably float and then come back up is what usually happens. Yeah, so just watch your orders here. Okay, just be careful. Other big news, DPHC ticker. No one's been talking about them. I haven't even looked them up, I don't think. DiamondPeak is the name of this SPAC, all right? They did an LOI today, announcement for LordsTown. It's huge, absolutely huge. Just drops his bomb, bam. By the way, this even further tells us who our Hennessy boys are gonna be picking, right? Patera, straight up. Who else is out there, man? Unless it's some like rinky-dinky electric shop out in the middle of Texas somewhere or Arizona, who knows, man. Anyways, let's keep going with LordsTown. Electric work vehicle maker LordsTown Motors will become a public company as it has agreed to be acquired by SPAC, a blank check company, DiamondPeak Holdings Corp, DPHC. which went up at the article at 15.87%, in a deal that implies a $1.6 billion equity value for Lordstown. Yeah. That sent DiamondPeak stock rising 17% in an active pre-market trading. Trading volume topped out at 790,000 shares, already more than the full day average of about 110. So that's like 7x. The combined company will remain listed on the NASDAQ exchange, but the ticker symbol will be changed to RIDE. I think it's RAD. It's fantastic. Great symbol, RIDE, from DPHC. When the deal is completed, which is expected to be fourth quarter 2020, Lordstown flagship endurance pickup truck has received more than 27,000 pre-orders already. And this thing is just hitting the stock market, man. That's awesome. Which represents more than $1.4 billion to potential revenue. DiamondPeak stock has been stable over the past year through Friday, and has gained 4.3%, while the S&P went up 0.76 and advanced 11.6%. So tonight, in fact, maybe right now, Lordstown Motors, the latest EV automaker, planned to go public through a SPAC IPO. EV SPACs are hot, but does Lordstown have the game plan electric vehicles to pay off? CEO Steve Burns joins us exclusively on CNBC Fast Money. Do not miss this. This might be happening right now at 5. Pretty darn close. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening here in 15 minutes. So hopefully I finish this in 15 minutes so I can watch it. So at 5:30, we're already gonna be, this is gonna be going by the time I'm on here. But go look for this if you didn't get to listen to it. At least it's aftermarket, so we can take a look at it and get a feel for the CEO. This guy's smart, though. I think we're gonna be good with him. I think he's gonna help sky this for tomorrow's market. Okay. All right, let's take a look at Lordstown. Now, this says a lot here. What does this say? Enterprise value benchmarking. Now, this is off a PDF that actually Lordstown built out already. It's already done, and they directly are comparing them to Fisker, Helion, and Nikola. All right. Now, what this is showing is that they're undervalued. Okay. So this is fantastic news. Yeah, I'm going to leave this up there. You can take a look at this tonight, but totally undervalued, especially compared to like Helion, Nikola, and Tesla for sure. But even Fisker, they're kind of running slightly close, but basically what this means, they got room to grow, to go bull on us. All right. So something massive to keep in mind here. Remember WorkHorse was talking about them too, ticker WKHS. They do the technology behind Lordstorm truck. So the guts are basically WorkHorse, all right? So Stephen Burns, the dude up there, he is the ex-CEO of Lordstown. He's an American entrepreneur who founded WorkHorse Group and is currently running Lordstown Motors. How sweet is that? Great relationship. So here is some growth opportunity. Here's the truck, by the way. I think the truck is okay looking. It kind of reminds me of the Ford Sport Track from the 90s. Does anyone remember what that car looked like? It's Ford Sport Track. I think they're all right looking. I don't like the front. I don't like the front bottom bevel. I wish it would have went Chevy and straight cut it like a cheese wedge, but regardless. Workhorse W15 electric pickup truck. It's the Workhorse. And then the Lordstown Endurance pickup is the name. The Endurance. Workhorse granted Lordstorm Motors a license to the technology and design of the Workhorse W15 pickup. Lordstown will be the sole manufacturer of the vehicles. The 6.2 million square foot facility was purchased from GM, General Motors, and can produce up to 250,000 vehicles per year. Workhorse will retain a 2-year non-dilutable 10% equity stake in Lordstown Motors in exchange for the license of the technology. Workhorse will receive a royalty fee for each electric pickup truck delivered by Lordstown. Workhorse will no longer manufacture the W15, allowing its manufacturing facility to focus solely on last mile delivery vehicles. So, rad relationship. Okay, Workhorse basically made it. They're like, we don't want to focus on this. We want to focus on the commercial side of the stuff. So they basically licensed it and kind of are leasing it in a way over to Lordstown. So what does this all mean? That means Workhorse is going to get a cut. So of all those pre-orders and all these ones are coming made, so the bigger Lordstown gets, the more Workhorse is going to make on the back end, at 10%, basically royalty deal on it, which is sweet, especially if you're invested in both of the companies, right? You know, but the thing that gets me though, the one negative I have about the Lordstown is so far they only have the truck. You know, of course I wish they had 4 perfect vehicles already ready, but I'd rather them focus on one and just do it right, which I think they have. I mean, they've got it down. They've got some cool technology in the hubs, stuff like that, but I'm sure they have other things in the work, but that's still kind of like left up in the air. And then you've got Workhorse though, that's, you know, focused on, they've got all sorts of commercial vehicles they're doing. So one of the other vehicles that I've been waiting for and talked about is the USPS truck that they have made, which is right here. I think it looks dope. And right now they're basically just waiting on the decision from the USPS whether or not they're going to choose Workhorse to build these. If they do, that is a $6.3 billion USPS contract opportunity, which is massive. All right. So they've already built this. The USPS vehicle deliverability and field testing was successfully completed, and we're just waiting on that. So I think both those are sweet plays that, you know, I would love back holding for a couple of years to see what happens, you know. So let's take a look. Okay, so what I sold, like I said, I did CFFA, just got rid of it. FTAC, just got rid of it. You know, I actually took some of that and then would put it about more Workhorse and then this Lordstown too. And then what did I buy? I already talked about that. And then the market movers, what's dancing? So have you guys seen my video for CPAA ticker? Cordillers Park or something? Cordillers Park? I can't even say it. Conyers Park, the second acquisition corp, second SPAC for the group. I noticed something today. When basically everything was red, these dudes were like up 12, 15%. Here's the thing though, there was no news. There's no news. So what's going on? Why is this like the only SPAC that was shooting green today? To me, that kind of hints at things. You know, you either have insider buying or flipping, or, you know, maybe, you know, there's just something we don't know that's out there. And a lot of times you see stuff like this happening, and it's about a week or two later where all of a sudden, boom, then something's announced, and then boom, it does its right up. So something to watch. I also wanted to show you what the chart looked like. And this is one of those ones that just like directly proves, I mean, how do you not believe that stuff is mainly bought with bots and computers? Look at this, an exact W, because these are the warrants. This is actually what the ticker did. It literally hit 195 exactly twice, just up to 204, back down, and then sky back up. It was like an exact W. That was pretty trippy. Pay attention to that. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. This is a retail food play, most likely. And the guys have connections to getting like Atkins bars and Walmart and Gillette razors and making those cool, and might be a good play. Let's take a look at some charts, shall we? All right, FTAC, this is that one, you know, that merged with PAYA. You know, bought it, but it was just like, dude, it just right away, just gonzo. It even gapped. It's nasty. See this gap here? Oh, that was a couple days ago. But today, you know, I mean, it really didn't move much, okay? It actually just, you know, kind of consolidated, went up a little bit, went back down, was like, you know, 245 to 239, whatever. But like I said, take a look at the after hours on this. Like, there could be some retail investors that start popping into this tonight or tomorrow morning. So would I ever end up buying more of this? Maybe, yeah. If it gets hyped, or, you know, they need salesmen, okay? You've got to sell. You've got to have someone facing this. And the second this came out, man, if I was running one of these, I'd be on doing interviews one after the other, you know, posting like kind of what Fisker did. You know, he did a great job. He's like interview. If I was doing a merger like this, dude, I'd be popping up everywhere. Okay, they got to advertise. They got to get the CEO up and talking now. All right, CFFA. You know, this is the one that merged with that GCM Grosvenor. Okay, great financials. You know, the company looks great, but it just wasn't Sophie. You know, it didn't have the younger group in there that already had the app on their phones. This is just like an investment group. You know, this is something you could probably jump into and hold for 5 years, and you're probably gonna be good. And it's probably gonna steadily increase at a slow pace. Sounds boring, but it's good to have a mix of that type of stuff in your portfolio. Will I invest in this again? I don't know. There's so many plays out there, you know. We'll find out. So I told you all about this one many times for the past. By the way, we had our 1 month anniversary the other day. So thanks for all the support. I love you guys. Anyways, you know, so this baby, just like we thought, came down. When was it? Yesterday. So it's down to 75 cents, and today it went up to 91. Went up 25% on the day. So that's killer. Hopefully y'all saw that video last night and jumped in with me, because just more money to be made. You know, watch this one, because this is one of those ones I was saying like 2 weeks ago that was day trading like crazy. It was like up 35%, and then the next day down 35%. Next day up 35. I mean, just you could sit there and trade that all week long, dude. It was back in this channel over here. Yeah, when we drew that. Remember, it was a ding, 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 ding. You know, this thing has already been $1.65, $1.60. Okay, so it's already proved that it can 2x even where it's at today at 91 cents almost. Incredible. HYMC. How many of y'all bought when we released that video? Hope you did, because it was at like $2.25, $2.25, and today it smacked up another 14.91%. Ended up, it likes this 318. Did it a couple times right now, but you know, 225 to 318 in like a week. It's pretty good, man. Let's keep riding. And we got NIO. Hopefully you guys got into that one too. Ended up with a almost 14% gain on the day. So again, they're going to supplement, or no, I'm not talking about WorkHorse here, or LordsTown. So yeah, NIO. All right, this is the Chinese car company. We were talking about this last night, and I said, you know, if it breaks this channel, if it gets above 13, I'm going to buy. Guess what? I bought at 13, around-ish. I don't remember exactly, but I saw it. I was like, it jumped out of that channel, just like we were thinking. And bingo, started going up. So what's holding us back now? Well, we got to have a gap here where it's chilling, and it's hit twice. If we get a reconfirmation of that, it's either gonna be good or bad. So we got a gap here, gap here. We got some lines to kind of follow. It'll probably stair step up a little bit, go up, consolidate, go up, consolidate. But with those numbers that were released today, gosh, dude, that's just crazy. Good for these guys, you know. So I think we got to get basically above like 375 or 1375. You know, then from there, even 14's a pretty big line to cross, but I have a feeling we're going to end up squashing that pretty easily with what came out. Who knows, but more than likely we're above this. We just got to break through this, and then once we can hit, you know, past all-time high, which is 16.5, which is not that far to go, you know, it's straight bull after that. Straight north. All right, so watch that. DPHCW, all right? LordsTown bros. So this one is the Warrants. Man, can you imagine if you picked these up for 87 cents when this first came out? Just in June. Look how fast this announced. Back in June of this, beginning of June 1st this year, 85 cents out the gate. It's already up to $3.15. Unreal. So this went up 34% today. And then the commons went up 21% today. You know, these were 1037 and then gapped up. Boom, look at that. Just right on announcement. Incredible. WorkHorse, 23.58% for the day. This is what I was drawing for you, I don't know, last night or something. I can't even remember. But we had this here, and guess what? It broke right out. And we're sitting green, okay? So where's it headed next? We got to watch for 20 bucks. Yeah, 20 bucks is the next line to watch. So if you get in, just follow it. If it gets to 20 and consolidates, that's good, but watch it because that means it's either going to break north or south. So you might want to try to protect yourself. You'll see a little bit of volatility, but if we can break that 20, then it's going to be headed to match all-time highs at 23. All right, 22.85. But regardless, we're, this, like I was saying, this consolidation here was totally healthy. This pullback and consolidation is totally healthy. I don't, especially they're going to get 10% of that, 1.6 billion. So that's like $160 billion right there that they just got today. Holy Toledo. To me, this thing can go way higher. Plus, if they get that, once they get that USPS contract, hopefully they do. I really think they do, because other ones just, I don't even think it'll work. If they get that, I mean, this thing can go absolutely parabolic, because that contract again is what, like, was it $3 billion or $6.3 billion contract for that? Do the math on that. Holy Toledo, this thing can go absolutely parabolic. So glad to be sitting here. I'm actually in some calls, some options, and then I got some regular shares today too. So happy about that. Here is CPAAW. Oh yeah, this is that Atkins bar I was talking about, the food play that was going up today for some reason. But watch this play. Watch this thing. This thing actually launched at like $1.68. It's like there was actually selling down to like $1.29 at one point. Wow. But it's wanting to sit, and it's been sitting right about 250. But look at these lines. Look at this green massive bars today. Okay. Pay attention to that. Watch that. Do some research. Like I said, watch the video if you haven't. Shill's looking healthy. Said we broke right out of what we were talking about over the weekend, I think it was. From here, it ended up the day at $19.99. Not 20. It said 3.4% up, but I don't see anything that's stopping this. Could be right here, because no, that's not even a... Man, what? Do you guys see a line? You guys see a line? Possibly right here. Let's draw that one across. Yeah. Could call this pretty solid. I mean, possibly a line at 21.13 coming off of this, but not really. It only tagged it once, but you've got about 7 times it smacked $25.42. So watch for that. This thing should be able to run. Okay. There's possible line. I guess it does tag it here at 21.33, but not much holding it back as far as charts go. So this could go back up to 25.42. Watch it. This is pretty heavy green day for that. So congratulations to anyone in that too. It only went up 3.4%, but it's definitely looking super bull to me. If you guys have any more plays, or did I even miss an announcement today? There's so much going on. Just let me know down in the comments. Anything else you want me to take a look at, put it down in there too. If you haven't heard about the contest, I'm giving away some silver. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, all you gotta do is subscribe and just leave a comment, and then you're automatically gonna be entered, and I'll randomly choose someone for the next go around, and I will send you some silver, as long as you're in the United States and not on a military base. I appreciate everyone, and thanks again.